Hello, Gavin McCormack here. Welcome to this learning sequence and free lesson on rock formations and erosion. We're here in one of Australia's biggest national parks, and as you can see right behind me, we have rocks and cliffs, and more importantly, we have a sandstone formation. Now, for those people who don't know this at home and at school today, sandstone falls into the category of sedimentary rocks. Now, there are three types of rock in the world: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Sedimentary rocks are formed from the broken remains of other rocks that have become joined together. A river carries or transports these pieces all the way to the ocean, where they are deposited and squashed together. This is called compaction. Now, what are sedimentary rocks like? Well, sedimentary rocks contain rounded grains and layers. The oldest layers are at the bottom and the youngest layers are at the top. Sedimentary rocks may contain fossils of animals and plants trapped in the sediments as the rock formed deep in the bottom of the ocean. This sandstone right behind me here was once at the bottom of a great ocean, the Pacific Ocean. But over millions and millions of years, as the ocean rose and as the land came to the surface, this rock was brought to the surface, causing cliffs and rock formations just like the ones you see here today. Now, you may ask the question, how can these new rock formations be brought to the surface in such a dramatic way? Well, this takes millions and millions of years, and this is to do with the structure of the Earth. The Earth has four major parts: the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. And the crust is the part that we live on. It's the part where we swim, it's the part where we walk around, and we have two types of crust: oceanic crust, which is where there is water on top, and we have continental crust, which is the part where we have land, which is where I am standing right now. Now, the Earth is not one solid piece of rock. In fact, it's made of many different sections, like a jigsaw puzzle, that are all connected together, and these are called plates. Now, what is plate tectonics? Well, plate tectonics is the study of how these plates move around and the behavior that they have. In fact, there are 7 major plates on the planet, and these are the big ones. These are the ones that are at least 20 million square kilometers in size. And the Earth's major plates are the African plate, the Antarctic plate, the Eurasian plate, the Australian plate, the North American plate, the Pacific plate, and the South American plate. Now, the question is, how did these sandstone cliffs behind me come to be so wonderful and so big? Well, sometimes these plates bump into each other. Sometimes they move apart, and when they do, specific things happen. Now, the one you can see behind me right now is where there has been some movement within the plates, and this is where two plates have come together. They have collided, and this is called a collision zone. Now, collision zones form when two continental plates collide. Neither plate is forced under the other one, so both are forced up to form fold mountains, very similar to the ones you might see in the Himalayas. And this is a remarkable thing that happens on our planet, and it's something that happens very slowly and takes a very, very long time. Now, two things you need to know about sandstone is, number one, it's a very brittle rock and very, very fragile and erodes extremely easily. But number two, and even more amazing than the first one, is that right within that sandstone there are fossils of ancient fish and sea creatures that lived at the bottom of the ocean millions of years ago and died. And this is what's so important and amazing about sandstone. Okay, let's get on with our lesson, and we'll see you at the end of this session.